The African Development Bank remains particularly concerned that the Ethiopian government has, to date, not shared with the bank any report or details of investigations into the incident, Adesina added. The bank president said, the October incident continues to cause much anxiety across the African Development Bank Group and especially among staff at the Ethiopia country office. The incident has also raised concerns among the bank's shareholders, other multilateral development banks, international financial institutions, the broader diplomatic community, and other stakeholders. Adesina emphasized the African Development Bank will do everything possible to ensure the safety and security of its personnel, and the protection of their rights and privileges in the conduct of their work. In this regard, as precautionary measure, he said, the bank's international staff in Ethiopia will work remotely outside the country until the findings of the government investigations into the grave incident are transparently shared with the bank, and full details of the measures taken to bring the guilty parties to book are made public. He said that the African Development Bank remains committed to supporting the country's socio-economic development. As of September 30, 2023, the bank's ongoing portfolio in Ethiopia comprising 22 projects, totaled $1.24 billion, Adesina, however noted, while the bank appreciates the excellent relations it has with Ethiopia until this egregious incident. Its continued operations and future presence in the country could be negatively affected if the incident is not fully resolved.
Ethiopia said the fourth round of trilateral talks between Ethiopia, Egypt, and the Sudan on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, has failed as a result of Egypt maintaining colonial-era mentality and erecting roadblocks against efforts toward convergence. The negotiations on the guidelines and rules on the first filing and annual operation of the GERD is meant to enhance confidence and build trust among the three countries. It is not meant to foreclose Ethiopia's rights on the utilization of the waters of the Nile, a statement from the Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said. Ethiopia would, thus, like to make it abundantly clear that it will continue to utilize its water resources to meet the needs of the present and future generations based on the principle of equitable and reasonable utilization. It added, Ethiopia further accused Egypt of issuing a statement, following the two-day talks in Addis Ababa between 17 to 19 December 2023, that violates the UN Charter and the Constitutive Act of the African Union, and rejected the misrepresentation of its positions by Egypt. In a statement issued through its Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, Egypt said the meeting was unsuccessful due to Ethiopia's persistent refusal to accept any of the technical or legal compromise solutions that would safeguard the interests of all three countries. The statement added that Egypt reserves its right, in accordance with international charters and accords, to defend its water and national security in case of any harm. According to the statement from the Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the talks conducted since Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi of Egypt agreed on July 13, 2023 to finalize the rules and guidelines on the first filing and annual operation of the GERD within 4 months, have helped the three countries to have an in-depth discussion on the major issues of difference. During the 4 rounds of talks, Ethiopia said it endeavored and engaged with the 2 lower riparian countries to address the major issues of difference and reach an amicable agreement based on the Declaration of Principles Agreement of 2015 signed by the 3 countries. Ethiopia expressed commitment to continue the talks to find an amicable and negotiated settlement that addresses the interests of the 3 countries.